Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today I will be testing the Techrules AT96 Track version in multiplayer in Asphalt 9 in the Electric Season 2 MP2, which ended quite a while back at 6 stars at the rank of 4444, otherwise known as Gold Max. So we are on to our first race on Osaka, and this variant I believe is called Kita Run, I'm not very sure. So the Techrules AT96 is a high-end Class A car and is well known to be the first car to have appeared in a Grand Prix event in Asphalt 9. It has good all-around stats and is faster than the Vanda with worse nitro efficiency and handling. The acceleration is actually quite similar. So why did I mention the Vanda? Okay, first of all, the Vanda will be the Techrules main competition. It was the Techrules main competition in this multiplayer season, as we have a struggle with the Vanda right there. The Vanda is the closest compared to the Techrules, especially in terms of stats, because both of them are in Class A, are quite close because the Vanda's ending rank is 4099. This dude ends at 4444, so you see that they're pretty close, and this season really brings some intense competition between these two cars that we're gonna see in the later races in this video. As you can see, the Techrules drifting, although the handling stat is not the best, drifting is still okay, manages that section pretty well, and as we finish our last 360s, we finish this race, cross the finish line in first place. And we are on to our second race on the Caribbean beach landing, which will further demonstrate this car's ability to survive on the more twistier tracks. And also, it's advisable to try the drift as hard as you can to try to get to this ramp. Short wave with off the ramp, but if your car has worse natural efficiency like the Techrules AT96, you might consider 316 off the ramp for greater momentum and nitro boost throughout. So the Techrules, despite not having the best natural efficiency, is not too bad either. It's quite manageable, and we are leading just fine. As you can see, the Techrules drifting radius is also quite good. It can round most corners and it can survive fairly well on the Caribbean, as we can see here and also in the previous race on Osaka. And it gets through this section here, the watery section, quite well, although I do bump the wall because I didn't turn hard enough. So natural efficiency is quite okay, especially in the perfect nitro efficiency. The nitro's efficiency when you activate perfect nitro, okay. And also you can keep a quite good speed around these final turns, and also that very big turn back there, and we cross the finish line in first place. So most of the races in this video were recorded in either Pro, Elite or Master League, and this is the second MP2 I've managed to reach Master League, other than I think it was Heatwave Season 1, the one of the Bugatti Veyron and the Wyra and the Perta and all. I think that was the first one I reached Master. And speaking of reaching high multiplayer leagues, I have managed to reach Platinum League for the first time ever in MP1 in the Gold Slipstream season with my 3-star SEG003S. It has all upgrades, no import parts at all, and the nitro is like one stage short, but I still kind of made it into Platinum, and I'm at 1454. Hopefully I get some Corvette blueprints after the season ends, and probably some SV blueprints as well. I don't have those cars max. I'm not hoping to get Maserati blueprints because the Alfieri is seriously just kind of trash. And here I kind of messed up the section. I drift a bit too much and too sharp into the sidewalks, and I lose a lot more speed than I should. And also this section should be taken with perfect nitro because it's a rough terrain, because it's grass. You know, grass is considered as rough terrain to make your car lose speed. And even though we messed up back there, we are still able to hold a 4th place till the very end of the race and finish this race in, well, 4th place as I said earlier. And yeah, this car I think is a really good car, and it recently had this Unleashed event. If we manage to unlock it or probably even max it out, congratulations, it's a very good car. And currently, as of time of me recording this voiceover, there are key packs for this car in the Legend store right now, so do ensure that you have a large amount of tokens stockpiled to buy the key packs, because I don't think the drop rates are that good as of all key packs should be, because it obviously for key cars, there's a good reason why they are key cars, and yeah. So make sure you have a good amount of tokens stockpiled. And here we do kind of a force barrel in the opposite direction, but the stunt that we're gonna do here is even more crazy. And some people say that the back of cars in Asphalt 9 is literally indestructible, and I kind of agree to some extent. And also that pile of buses and cars there is a good idea to near miss them for nitro, especially if your car doesn't have very good nitro efficiency. Yeah. And speaking of multi-packs, multi-key packs, I don't know what you call them, like those that feature a key and a car's blueprints. I remember one of my friends, he managed to get the Lamborghini SC18's key through the key pack. He bought the ×1 one because he's kind of a noob and he doesn't know how you're supposed to buy those packs. He bought the ×1 pack and he immediately got the damn key. That is a 4-leaf clover. No, it's a 5-leaf clover because it's very, very, very lucky. Yeah. And we are on to our 5th race on the Caribbean Thundering Star, drifting away from the Techrules multi-packs issue. And here we are able to see the real saga unfold between the Vanda Electrics Dendrobium and the Techrules AT96 Track version, because both cars have quite good handling, quite similar speed, and just quite similar stats overall. Back there, I think it was the Techrules that wrecked and allowed us to climb into third place out of 6 now. And here it's also advisable to try to drift a bit harder and go up the ramp, but since I have a tendency of missing the ramp, I just go the longer way because safer is better. Going the longer way and being safe from a wreck is better than actually wrecking and losing a few positions. And at this final stretch here, we have a bit of dispute with this Vanda, and although we are not able to catch up, I think personally it was a good effort to try to catch up with the Dendrobium as we come in 4th in this race on the Caribbean. And here I'd like to advise everyone not to war wreck too quickly after the start on Canyon launch, after take a flat ramp 360 on Canyon launch, because that is what's gonna happen to you if you war wreck too quickly and you just happen to have bad luck that day, I guess. And onto our 6th race on Auckland Straights and Hairpins. And for the starting part of this track, you're supposed to barrel out this ramp, go onto this, I don't know what building kind of stuff, and then land to accumulate airspeed. And also, this car's good drifting radius and drift speed allows it to manage in Auckland. Okay, so now let's pull away from this car's handling and drifting abilities for a bit, because I think it's gonna get a little bit boring. So I think I should tell a little story about the background of the Techrules AT96, because it's not a very well-known car. No one knows what the hell Techrules was before this car was introduced into the game, so I'll just give a little backstory on it. So Techrules is made by this Beijing startup company called Techrules. The AT96 is made by Techrules, that's why it's called the Techrules AT96. Haha, very funny. It's an electric car, and the battery is kind of recharged on this multi-fuel system where they use jet fuel, kerosene, natural gas, biogas, a multi-fuel aviation turbine to charge the batteries. It's some very funny stuff. You can go read about it because I'm not really sure what it's talking about here. And it has the diesel-only brother known as the GT96. Sounds quite fun actually, the name. Yeah, so as we move on to our last race on Scotland, the Cave, which is a quite speed-based track, which is an advantage for the Toridion we saw earlier at the start of the race. I would like to give my general review of the Techrules AT96. It's a good high-end Class A car, good top speed. It's a bit low for Class A, but it's still better than the Vanda and not all that slow. Acceleration is good, it's pretty good. Handling is good, drifting is good, and natural efficiency, despite not being the best, is still manageable. Yeah, so this car, I have stressed on its handling and drifting abilities. It's not as good as the Vanda, but it's still one of the best I can find. It's not as good as the Aperta actually, but you know what, I just like talking about handling and drifting because I'm more of the handling and drifting oriented kind. I love using my Elise, I hate the Furai. So we take the second place in this race, losing to only the Toridium 1MW. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Do leave a like and subscribe for more Asphalt 8 and 9 content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.